So CBC's Olivia Stefanovich was listening in, and so what did MacKinnon say, Olivia?
Well, Transport Minister Steven MacKinnon says that he started by expressing his condolences, Andrew, to the victims, the injured, and their families on behalf of Transport Canada and the Government of Canada. MacKinnon says he spoke to the CEOs of Air Canada and Jazz Aviation today, as well as the Airlines Pilots Association, to provide any assistance they may need at this time. And as you mentioned, he also spoke to his U.S. counterpart. That's the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy. And he says in that conversation, Duffy pledged cooperation with Canada on this investigation, in which Canadian investigators will be involved. They are on their way to New York, or they're either they may be on the ground already, and they'll be participating in this investigation to get to the bottom of what happened here, Andrew. And they have recent experience collaborating. As MacKinnon noted, they collaborated most recently just last year when there was a Delta Airlines crash at Toronto's Pearson International Airport. And that flight actually flipped over upon landing. Now, in that incident, all 80 passengers and crew members survived. But now that there's been another incident, reporters asked MacKinnon whether he believes Canadians should feel safe flying. And he tried to reassure the public that they should feel safe and they should have confidence in air travel, not only in Canada, but the United States as well. Here's more of what he had to say.
Canada has a very, very high and rigorous set of standards when it comes to regulating safety in all modes of transportation. And those standards are being maintained. In fact, we work all the time to make sure they're continuously improving. I can vouch for our policy, which is to put safety at the heart of all of our transportation policy.
Now, the Prime Minister was not in the House of Commons today, but Mark Carney did issue a statement earlier about the collision, calling it deeply saddening. He also mentioned that Canadian officials are working closely with their U.S. counterparts on this investigation, and he added that his thoughts are with the victims, their families, and all those impacted, Andrew.
And Olivia, while of course a lot of the focus today is on the air traffic control situation in the United States, but Canada has its own challenges with the number of air traffic controllers it has. What did MacKinnon say about that?
Well, it does, Andrew. And in fact, there's a global shortage of air traffic controllers due to upcoming retirements in this field. It's something that MacKinnon noted during his question and answer session with reporters today. And here's what he says Canada is doing about it.
There are open positions in air traffic control. It's an incredible career, and we hope more people choose that career. And obviously, I've asked Nav Canada to continue to come up with solutions for recruitment so that we can reduce the undue reliance we have on a smaller number of air traffic controllers than we would wish to have.
Now, as we heard from the minister there, it's Nav Canada that is taking the lead on these recruitment efforts. And in fact, it's in a race right now to recruit more than 500 new air traffic controllers in Canada by 2028. Unclear if it's going to meet that threshold, Andrew, by that timeline, but it is trying. And of course, this incident just adds more importance to that goal.
Olivia, thank you. The CBC's Olivia Stefanovich in Ottawa.